What's poppin' everybody? It's your boy Martin, the lead designer, and I'm back with a long overdue dev vlog. In this dev vlog, we're going to be checking out the loot system and also taking a sneak peek at the inventory. So let's run into this house over here and see what kind of loot we can find. I'm going to switch into first person mode to make seeing stuff a little bit easier, and let's open up the door ski and take a step ski inside. Ooh, a loaf of bread. Not bad, not bad. So as you can see, loot spawns on the ground and on top of furniture. What's this? German sausage? Wunderbar, das ist ganz gut. Die deutsche Wurst ist ganz schmeckt mit einem kühlen Bier. Sind Sie von meinen Deutschkenntnissen beeindruckt? Alright, enough of that. I need to stop this. We need to get serious in this video. Let's get serious, guys. So, as you can see, loot spawns on the ground and on top of furniture, and it also spawns inside various furniture. So we can open up these cabinet doors here, and as you can see, there's some loot inside them. We can open up these drawers, and there happens to be no loot inside the drawers. And by the way, if you don't like the game highlighting the loot orange like this, you can go ahead and turn that option off in the settings. Let me see where it was. Item outline, there it is. We can disable that. And check this out, guys. We've added these nifty little tooltips to show you what every option does. And if I return into the game, as you can see, the loot is no longer highlighted. But I'm going to re-enable that option because I actually like my loot being highlighted. It makes it a lot easier to see. And there we go, it's highlighted again. So let's pick some of this loot up. Let's get that German sausage first. Haha, wunderbar. And what else should we pick up? Borscht? Some borscht. Yes, let's take some borscht. It's very good. And for borscht we need some bread. And what else should we take? Minced sausage? Why not? What's this over here? Pasteurized milk. We'll take some pasteurized milk. Vodka? I don't drink. But I will take some cherry lemonade. And what else can we find? Ooh, are those pickles? Let's take some pickles. Now, to some of you, it may seem that too much loot has spawned, and to others, it may seem that not enough loot has spawned. So we've given admins the option to regulate how much loot is spawned on their servers. And we've also given them an option to only spawn loot once per restart, meaning that loot will only be spawned once when a player enters a city, and then it'll remain there until the server restarts, and nothing else will ever happen. No new loot will ever be spawned in that city until the server restarts. Because the way it works by default is that loot in a city is spawned every time a player enters, if 20 minutes have passed since the last time a player entered the city. So if a player enters a city at 5 o'clock, leaves the city and comes back within 5 minutes, the same loot will still be there. But if the player returns after 30 minutes, or if a new player enters the city after 30 minutes, the old loot will be deleted and new loot will be spawned in its place. And admins can also change the frequency at which this happens from the default 20 minutes to 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever they like. If a server admin changes their server's loot spawn settings from the default values, players will see this percentage icon in their server list. And if a server admin sets their server to only spawn loot once per restart, players will see this icon in their server list. So let's check out the inventory. I'll press the G button, and there it is. That's our inventory. We're really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about it in the comments below, because we spent a lot of time refining the design and making it as simple and intuitive to understand as possible, and we're really happy with the results. We're going to take a look at the inventory in more detail in a separate dev vlog, because some of these features still don't quite work yet. Alex is still busy programming them. But what we need to know for the sake of this video, and check out these animations, guys. I made those animations and I'm proud of them. If you like them, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. But anyway, as I was saying, this big button over here takes us to our backpack, and this one takes us back to our main inventory. This blue bar over here shows us how much weight we're carrying, and the orange bar below it shows us how many slots we have occupied. And these are the sort buttons which don't work yet. And as you can see over here, these are the items that I picked up earlier. If I hover my mouse over one of the buttons, we can see a detailed description of the item, along with how much food it's going to add to our player, and how much water it's going to add or subtract from our player, and also how much blood it's going to give our player. At the bottom, you can also see how many slots it occupies and how much it weighs. 1 kilogram for German sausage, isn't that a little bit too much? Yeah, I don't know. I've never weighed a German sausage before. But anyway, some food items add or subtract water from your player. We think that this makes the game more interesting rather than just adding food and water. So as you can see, the German sausage actually subtracts minus 20% water because German sausage is kind of dry. But if I go down over here to the pickles, pickles are pickled in saltwater brine and they add 40% food and they also add 80% water. And food items also add a little bit of blood for those situations when you've been shot, your blood is down to like 0.1% and you just need that extra little drop of blood to get to safety and you don't have a blood bag. So now you can just eat something and hopefully get to safety. So anyway, that's enough of the inventory. What we need to discuss is weapon spawning now. And check out this house, by the way. This is the village shop. You might have seen it in our Screenshot Wednesday. Did you know that we post a screenshot on our Discord every Wednesday? If you're not a member of our Discord yet, what are you waiting for? The link is in the description box below. Anyway, let's run into the shop here and talk about those weapons. So, there we go. As we can see, there are 2 weapons on the ground here and both of them have spawned with ammo. And this one also has a magazine with it. So this game actually has both magazines and ammo for most weapons, except shotguns, because shotguns don't have magazines, right? So the way it works is, you find the weapon, you find a magazine for it, and then you find ammo for the magazine. And no, you don't have to load the cartridges into the magazine one by one. All you do is you find the ammo, and every weapon that uses that ammo will use it. The reason we did this is because we had a problem in the mod where if you had a submachine gun like this that used 7.62 by 25mm cartridges, but you only had pistol magazines for another weapon loaded with that particular ammo, well, then you couldn't use your submachine gun because, well, technically you didn't have the ammo for it even though you did. So now we're not going to have that problem anymore. You're going to be able to use any weapon that has this particular ammo if you've got the ammo in your inventory. When it comes to weapon spawning, there are 3 modes in which weapons can spawn in the game. And this is an admin option, so admins can decide which mode they want for their server. Mode number 1 is that weapons always spawn with both a magazine and ammo for the weapon, which is what this server is set to. Mode number 2 is that weapons randomly spawn with either a magazine, ammo for the weapon, or both. And then mode number 3 is that weapons always spawn by themselves without the magazines and without ammo, meaning that you have to look for the magazine and ammo separately. As I said, this is an admin option, so admins can decide what mode they want on their server. By default, it's set to random. So I'm going to set this server to mode number 3 so you guys can see what that looks like. So I'm back, I've restarted the server and I've set it to never spawn ammo or magazines next to the weapons. And as you can see, there's a weapon right there and there indeed is no ammo spawned beside it. There's another one right there, no ammo, and another one right there, no ammo or magazine spawned beside it. Ooh, a giant pretzel. Das ist gut. So yeah, that works. The next thing I want to show you guys are loot stashes, and for that we need to run into that big building over there across the yard. So the way loot stashes work is you first have to find the notepad with a key, which will reveal the loot stash location on your map and give you access to it. Otherwise, people would just make a map with all the loot stash locations and loot them every time the server restarts. This way, even if you do stumble upon a loot stash by accident, you won't be able to open it unless you found the notepad first. So let's see if we can find the notepad. I think that the kitchen is a good place to start looking because people might want to write down the ingredients for whatever they're cooking in a notepad. But it seems that we're out of luck. So let's check the bathroom. That's also a good place to find a notepad because people might want to rip a page out and, in case they run out of toilet paper. Let's check the basement. Check this out, guys. So this is ground level and we're gonna go underground now. This is a real underground location. We're really chuffed about this because creating underground locations in the mod was impossible. You had to dig a hole and then cover it with fake ground, whereas now we can create real underground locations. Let's check upstairs. Let's check the bedroom. Nothing in the bedroom. Ooh, a newspaper. So you might have seen in one of our previous videos, you can actually find newspapers scattered around the map and read them to get a better idea of how events unfolded before the pandemic and during the pandemic. So let's check out this newspaper. 10th of December 1988, Saturday special. Today, the 10th of December 1988 has been declared a national day of mourning in the entire Soviet Union following the unprecedented earthquake which struck the Armenian SSR on Wednesday. The official death toll has now climbed past 15,000, with many thousands more feared to still be trapped underneath the rubble and many villages still completely cut off from the outside world. The number of injured has now reached 20,000. So guys, this is a real event that actually did happen in 1988. We've also scattered some real life events into these newspapers to make the game a little bit more realistic. And I think that's pretty cool because you not only get to see what happened on Taviana, but you get to see what happened in the rest of the world in 1988, 1989, which is when this game is set. So anyway, where is our notepad? Let's check this room over here. Nothing here. Let's check the attic. Check this out, guys. Isn't this cool? If I were a notepad, where would I be? Where would I be if I was a notepad? What's this? Polish sausage? Nein, das ist nicht gut. Das ist nicht schmeckt. I don't see a notepad here. Ooh, another newspaper. Let's see what this one says. Weather forecast. The weather forecast for the next 3 days is clear skies with lows of 8 degrees Celsius at sea level and 5 degrees Celsius at elevations above 1,000 meters. For our North American friends, I have absolutely no idea how much that is in Fahrenheit or feet. Did we check these drawers? There might be a notepad in here. Oh, there we go. I found the notepad. So check this out, guys. This is what it looks like. And let me open the map real quick. As you can see, there are no markers on the map. Well, except for the red one, which shows my location. And now, if I take the loot stash notebook, we should see a marker showing us where approximately it is. And there it is. And now if I hover my mouse over it, we can see a tooltip, which gives us a clue where to look. I've hidden a loot stash in the warehouse of the shop. I'll come back and get it when the coast is clear. Well, not anymore you won't, because we're gonna get there first and take it instead. So let's run down there and check out the loot stash. This is an excellent opportunity to discuss car wrecks, because car wrecks can now spawn car parts. We did add an admin option for this, so if you don't want this feature on your server, you can go ahead and disable it completely. But by default, car wrecks do spawn car parts. All you have to do is pop the hood, or open the bonnet if you're British, and as you can see, we've got some car parts on this engine that we can remove. The same type of system as on the regular vehicles. If you haven't seen our video with the regular vehicles, the link is in the description box below. Go ahead and check it out. And while you do that, we'll shut this bonnet. Did I say shut this bonnet? We'll shut this hood and we'll continue looking for that loot stash. So guys, we've arrived at the location. This is the shop right here in Krivoye. And by the way, somebody on our Discord asked us about ambient music, so listen carefully, my friend. Anyway, where did that guy say he hid his stash? In the warehouse. I'm guessing that means back of the shop. So let's take a look-ski. I don't see anything. Nothing there either. Oh, I found the loot stash. So the way you open a loot stash is, you just press search loot stash, and there we go. We've got a nice scope, a bandage, night vision goggles, and some pliers. It's just a shame that we don't have a sniper rifle for the scope, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Please also consider supporting us on patreon.com/TavianaTheOrigins, and I'll smell you guys later.